What's up, guys? Bryce617 here. This is going to be my, according to the list, third Pokemon Spriting tutorial video in the series. This episode, as is listed, I will be doing a 2 Pokemon Sprite or a Pokemon Splice. Now, I call it a splice because usually a splice is between two different things. You cut in half and put them together by splicing. I suppose it could be with more than one, but I usually refer to a 2 Pokemon Sprite as a splice. Alright, now I have this up as for what you can expect for me to do in these videos. I am not going to reveal which Pokemon I will be using, but for as far as you can see, I've already done the recoloring and the reshading. The 2 Pokemon Sprite today, we're just going to take 2 Pokemon, which you will see very soon, and make just a basic sprite out of it. It's not going to have to look like a completely new Pokemon or anything. I mean, it's just 2 Pokemon. Retyping will also require two or more Pokemon, but typically you need it in about 3 or more Pokemons, a 3 or more Pokemon Sprite, because all those types will just sort of end up not matching. I mean, some of the most basic things for retyping are, in fact, recoloring and reshading and putting and splicing stuff together, which is why I put those 3 up in front for retyping. And then a 3 Pokemon Sprite is just creating a sprite out of 3 Pokemon, obviously. And then a 4+ Pokemon Sprite is going to get into the bigger Pokemon spriting area. And I don't even think I'm going to be using 4 for that video. With evolutions, you would be creating a new evolution or a pre-evolution or something in between of a Pokemon. Like, say, you'd add an extra evolution after Arcanine. That way, you'd give the Growlithe evolutionary chain a third evolutionary stage. Or you could do like a pre-evolved form, like Growlithe came from a more basic Pokemon. Something like that. And then we go into trainer sprites, which are more difficult. These are all going up in difficulty and how you should do them. And like the first 4 were based around basics. But trainer sprites are taking a trainer sprite sheet, which I actually have. I have downloaded them from Black and White 2 and Black and White and below. So I have all the trainer sprites from those and creating a new trainer of your own design with the arms, the legs, the body, the extra features like hats, capes, belts, stuff like that. Coloration, hair, eyes, anything from that nation. Skin color, even. Yeah, something like that. By the way, I just swallowed. I didn't take a drink. Next up, we have new poses. I had done a psychic type trainer who has a new pose, and it looks pretty nice. If I could open that up and find him really quickly. Yes, here he is. You usually want to zoom into 200 so you can see the exact detail. I just gave him a new pose. Like, I put some of what Gary's arms had here, but you can see all about that. It's just the same basic psychic type trainer. I just changed a few things around with his arms and his legs, his eyes, and his feet. Alright, now closing that out. Free spriting is creating a whole sprite your own from scratch. So it should look like no other Pokemon has been used in it. You can use any color you want, whereas in regular Pokemon spriting, you are usually limited, in my experience, to only the colors in which are being used with the Pokemon. So without further ado, let's jump right in. After I save this document, because I think I made a change real quick. And here we are. 2 Pokemon we'll be using today will be Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Okay, so now the first thing you're going to want to do is, as always, select it with the selection tool, copy it, paste it, and then just, I'm using the down button to pull it down, and pull it down just below it. Now you may have noticed that it has a white block chop right there, which is a big problem if you don't know what to do about it. So what you want to do is you want to have nothing selected at all. I don't know why I zoomed out that far just then. Uh, Nothing selected at all, and you want to go into the selection and hit transparent select, which then if you select, like, say Squirtle, for example, uh, then all the white part, the background color, will move around and be transparent. Like, say, if I were to select him again, look at his eyes, the white of his eyes, it changes color. See? Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to be going over several things. Now, the purpose of these Sprite tutorials is not to say, hey, I'm going to show you how to make these two Pokemon work as one Sprite. I'm showing you what techniques you want to use when spriting. So now the first thing I want to do is I want to take this seed thing on the back of Bulbasaur, selected like so. You want to get all of it selected with even the lines of Bulbasaur's head in it. And you want to copy it below and paste it below. And then eventually and then from there you want to select the bucket tool or anything so you can get rid of the colors underneath the essential lines. So you just want to make sure you have only the necessary lines exposed, and that looks like only the necessary lines exposed. So now this would be the darker shade. Is what we're going to recolor it. We're going to recolor it with black. So you want to left click it. I'm not quite sure if I was clear on this before, but you want to go to the color picking tool, left click the color you want to change, go back up to the color picking tool, right click the color you want to change it into, go to the eraser tool, and instead of left clicking and dragging all over like that, which will create a huge mess, hit Control Z to undo, and I like to have my eraser small. You want to right click, see how nothing's changing? I'll let you hear it. And then you want to just go over those colors. See, nothing else is changing. And then you want to go here, and since it's the lighter color, use the lighter shade line color. So now you have that, and I do not believe we need this right here, so I shall get rid of it, and I'll probably get rid of that as well. Okay, so now something a little bit more challenging, well, not as challenging, but I'm going to use this actual Squirtle sprite. So what I'm going to do is completely erase his tail. I do not want that tail. Oops. You want to always make sure that you select the right colors and the right tool. That can really get troublesome eventually. And you'll see eventually something. Never mind. I'm not going to do that right now. Alright, so you want to select it. No. I'm sorry. No. Zoom all the way out to about 50, I believe. Select the seed from the back of Bulbasaur. You want to about center it with a giant square box. It takes a few tries. It looks about center. And you might not want to zoom all the way out to 50%. Once you get good, you can what is it? You can start just using it wherever you are, or you can just go in and use the line tool and go out a certain bit and start right there and just go all the way down to the other side that certain amount. That way it'll be in this. That way the center of it will be in the center. All right. So now what you want to do is go over here to rotate. Left click it, and we want to rotate it to the right. I mean, you can rotate it to the left, and it would turn so that the point of the seed faces that way and the bottom faces to the right. But I want to rotate it to the right, 90 degrees. And that's about all I want to do with it. And let's bring it back over here, right underneath the Bulbasaur. I don't know why that's distorting his figure some. But it is, I guess. And we're going to go back in. Okay, so next I'm going to move this over take the Squirtle we know and love, because we all love Squirtle. Squirtle, Squirtle. And what we are going to do is get rid of his shell. I don't want that shell on his back, and we are going to end up replacing it with the seed from the back of Bulbasaur. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought right there. We're going to fill that color in right there that I just bucket erased with the dark green. Alright, you also want to get rid of the basic shell color right here. So that would go, and that would go. Okay, and now we're just going to, now that we have our transparent selection, we're going to just move it over. Watch, 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 watch. Careful, careful. You want to make sure what looks best. Alright, I think... It's pretty much a judgment call on stuff like this. I think... that looks best. That's just me. You might move it somewhere else, but that's just what I think is the best. And now you're going to get rid of some of the lines here. And like I said, I'm going to fill that in with the dark green. Because, well, no. Okay, that... Dang it. Okay, hold on. Scratch that. This is why we have an undo button, people. I want those red lines to stay there this time. I'm going to move it back over exactly to where I had it. Which was there, I believe. No. Was it? Oh gosh. I believe I have Alzheimer's now. I do not. Okay. So yeah, you're going to use that green right there. Bucket it right there again. And then bucket that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. So now you're going to recolor this right here, these few lines right there, with the shaded green, the outline green. So just do your normal recoloration right there, because if you go all the way up here, I think, that's interesting. That's a different shade. Oh well. And right here, take back what I just said. I want to do it right there on those colors. Again, eyedropper tool. Probably much better than the color, than the, I cannot talk, the pencil tool right now. That is not what I wanted. Or you could, yeah, I'm going to select the darker color and change that into a black. There, that looks much better now. Now the next thing I want to get rid of is this shell looking thing on Squirtle's front. I do not know how much time we are in right now, but so far this looks like a really good place to stop at. So I'm gonna stop right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time to where we will complete this sprite, hopefully. As the number of sprites and the difficulty goes on, there will be more parts to each video. So stay tuned, stay comfortable, and be sure to watch part 2 of my Pokemon spriting tutorial series. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the like button if you liked it. Give it a thumbs up. Be sure to comment. I like comments. Some of them are kind of funny, and some of them kind of pointless and useless. But comments nonetheless, I like them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Watch the next video, and eat your Pringles. Alright, by 617, signing off. Peace!